All righty. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. It's great to see y'all. It's been a week, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Say hey. Would love to hear from you. TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. It's great to see y'all. It's just me today. Colin, just a quick overview. Supposed to have a babysitter today, but that did not work out. And so I'm going live quickly for 10 to 15 minutes while my daughter eats. And then I need to bounce. So Colin, we rescheduled Colin for Monday. So if you are here to see Colin, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Colin will be on the show on Monday. Very excited to catch up with him. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back after a week break. But would love to hear from you. Say hey, comment. Again, the reason for this is I want people to meet people. And I'm going to talk about really the last few weeks, or not the last few weeks, the last week. With Colin. It's great. It's great to see you. Yeah, again, I can only do short lives when I'm watching my daughter. My daughter's eating right now. She's got the attention span probably of like 10 to 15 minutes. So that's why Colin couldn't make it. Colin is watching. We're getting Colin back on Monday. So it's going to be all good. And honestly, Colin, having you on Monday is probably going to be even better anyways. Just because it's Monday and people like to kick off the week with the show. So anyways, it's wonderful to see y'all tune in again. TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. It's great to see y'all. I want to give a recap on kind of over the last 6 days with traveling to React Miami and to Connect Tahoe out in Omaha. But before I do that, again, please comment. Even if you're watching this in the future, the reason why I tell people that is this is a meetup. I'm just this live show is now a meetup. I'm just going to go and call it that. This is a place for you to be seen by others, for you to network. And so if you are not saying hey, or at least even just dropping your favorite emoji in the chat, people don't know if you're watching. So then people can't network with you. Again, I've had people, I'm not kidding you, found jobs on this show. I've had like job seekers, like a hiring manager seeing a job seeker comment. I've had people find mentor mentees on this show. I've had people find friends on this show. So again, please comment. Even if you're watching this later, please do that. The second thing is this is a live Q&A show. So ask questions. So Colin's not here today, even though he's in the chat. Hey, Colin. Now it's time for you to ask questions, right? There's very few places out there where you can ask questions, get real-time feedback on things. And so please do that. Also, finally, if you have, I want to celebrate you. So if you have gotten a raise, a job title, just anything, right? Deployed to production on a Friday and didn't burn it down, right? I want to give Clark a shout out. Clark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw where you kind of rewrote that conference's website, right? I want to give you a shout out, right? So again, and also if you feel weird giving yourself a shout out, give someone else a shout out if you want to give a shout out to them. I just feel like we as individuals just kind of move always on to the next thing the fastest. Also, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Klein. I don't know if you know Kevin Klein. He's big in the data SQL world. He wrote a O'Reilly book, SQL in a Nutshell. It's a light 700-page reading. So I want to give a shout out to Kevin Klein for giving me a signed book. I podcasted with him last week. He's in Nashville. Go look him up. It's awesome. Also want to give a shout out to that conference. So that conference is the official coffee sponsor of the show. I'm drinking their medium roast right now. Actually, speaking of my coffee, it's not next to me. Great. But I am drinking the medium roast. It's not Sassy Syntax. Sassy Syntax is the light roast. The some more of that or something like that is the medium roast. So again, shout out to that conference as well for having great coffee. And also go to the conference in July, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. So Joe, it's great to see you. Chris, it's good to see you. Tia, Ricardo, Sean. Yes, I see what you did there. Alex, it's great to see you. Tanisha, Brett, John, Randall, Victoria. Yeah, literally watching his daughter. Literally, I am. I'm watching her eat right now. She's like in direct sight. So building the anticipation 100%. Matt, it's great to see you, man. Brian, my guy from Birmingham. I love it. Sweet Home, Alabama. Charles, Arunas, I'm watching and listening. I love it. Shafiq, it's great to see you from Pakistan. That's awesome. We're international. What's up, Taylor? These streams are always go live while I'm at work. I just want to pop in. Awesome. Yeah, Braden, thanks so much. And again, I've been talking about times, maybe moving it to 11 a.m. Central, but TBD on that. Let's see here. Alex had an incredible call last week. It's a high chance to become a job offer. Alex, I'm super proud of you. That's awesome. Fritzen, it's great to see you from Orlando. Welcome. Daughter. No, my daughter does not need any more coffee than she does not need that. Erica, good morning. And yes, she's definitely plotting. Actually, she's eating a cheese stick right now. So we're good. All right. So I want to go dive in. So this show is a little bit of a rant at recruiters. Taya, thank you so much. Thank you so much for correcting me. Taya, I love it. Also, Tay, there you go. Taylor, Taya, I love it. I'll never forget that now. All right. So, Nita, good morning from New York City. So over the last 6 days, I've been to React Miami and Connect Aha. First off, I want to give a shout out to Vaco for allowing me to do this, right? I got into a lot of conversations over the last few days just about traveling to conferences and support from companies. And I just want to go off and start saying, like, for Vaco, I'm extremely grateful. For those of you who do not know, I work for a company called Vaco. We are a $1 billion consulting and staffing company. We are one of the big boys and girls now in the market. However, we do have a very personalized feel. My team specifically focuses on all things IT across the country, but we also have other divisions within Vaco on my team that does accounting, finance, ops, HR, admin, you name it. So if you do need to use us, definitely hit us up. But hit me up, even if you're like, well, hey, I'm an accounting finance person, I need like a controller, like still DM me and I'll get you connected with my business partners on the accounting finance side. But all that being said, I just want to give a shout out and a quick thank you note to Vaco for allowing me to travel, especially right now, just with the economy being yucky. So again, want to give a shout out there. There's a few people actually just kind of tuned in some more. Scott, it's good to see you. Caprina, it's great to see you. Steven, Holly started following you. Hey, I love that. Holly, we got another event coming soon for Calendly, so be on the lookout for that. Very, very excited. It's not officially announced yet. Let's see here. Saul from Manchester. I love it. LinkedIn user. Spartanburg. Here we go. Via Spartanburg, South Carolina. I love it. Let's see here. Yeah, and then check out Clark's message right here. So the last 6 days, all right, here's the topic. Recruiters, we got to be better. I'm just going to say it. Recruiters, we got to be better. Over the last 6 days, there was only one recruiter in attendance over the last 6 days. 2 conferences, React Miami and Omaha. And not to diss Omaha, because Omaha is just a smaller market than Miami. The fact that there were no recruiters at React Miami, no recruiters sponsoring, just no one there, just even networking, even buying a ticket is mind-boggling, right? So recruiters, like I want to say this, we got to be better. Yes. Do I love being at a all engineering conference and being the only recruiter there and knowing everybody? Of course. I'm not going to sit here and say like, I hate it. Oh, woe is me. It's obviously wonderful. And I'm able to make a lot of relationships, but I just, I had somebody tweet me, Angie Jones, if you don't follow her on Twitter, you need to do that. But Angie, she didn't. So I'm on a new platform called Blue Sky. I don't have any invites. Don't ask me. And we'll talk about that in another episode here soon. But like we chatted back and forth. And last night she goes, why do you think no recruiters show up at these events? And I said, listen, this is way too long to type, but in my 2 cents, most recruiters only want to fill the position at hand. And while that makes sense, and listen, especially new in your career as a recruiter, you have to do that. But at the end of the day, like, recruiters need to know that really recruiting is kind of a 2-sided approach, right? You need to be on the job boards recruiting and in it day in, day out to try to fill the roles available, but you got to go to the conferences, right? And listen, I'm not asking you to fly. Listen, recruiters, I'm not asking you to fly around the country like me, right? Like I'm not asking you to fly around the country. All I'm asking you to do is attend the conferences in your hometown. That's all I'm asking. That's literally all I'm asking. Because what happened is you had a guy from Nashville who works in a fully remote position at these conferences, and I don't even see a Miami recruiter. I saw one Omaha recruiter. And get this. I want to give a shout. Her name was Paula, I think. Let me see. Hold on real quick. I'm going to try to find her. I believe it's Paula. Yeah, Paula Wilson. I want to give a shout out to Paula Wilson. She works at Tech Systems. She was at the Omaha Tech Conference. She has been recruiting for 16 years. Folks, 16 years. Is it a coincidence that the 12-year guy like me and the 16-year-old lady were the only ones at a tech conference? No, it's not a coincidence. Why were we there? Because we understand the value of building long-term relationships. Again, recruiters. And again, I know all you job seekers here are like, what the heck? When are we going to talk about job seeking stuff? I'm going to get to it in a second. This is just a rant at recruiters. Recruiters, listen, you got to play the long game. You have to. And it may not come back to you immediately, but it will come back to you tenfold 5 years from now, 3 years from now, even a year from now. Right? All right. So let's talk about conferences. Listen, you got to go to conferences. I'm just going to say it now. You got to go to conferences. You just absolutely have to. I truly think that like the magic happens at tech conferences. Like you need to go, right? You need to go. If you're like, well, Taylor, I don't have the money, like volunteer, right? Clark can attest to this. Like literally, like we need to volunteer. People volunteer. If your company does not pay for you to go to a conference, ask about volunteering, right? For example, Kyle Welch, want to give a shout out. Kyle Welch, my boy here in Nashville, he is throwing a tech conference. It is the first tech conference. It's the first engineering tech conference in Nashville. And he's in years, like, get involved. Nashville people, get involved. Message Kyle Welch. Go find him on LinkedIn. Message, be like, I want to be available for this, right? And so again, like, going to conferences make all the difference in the world. Listen, and I will tell you this, building relationships online is a thing. I'm going to say this again. Building relationships online is a thing. There is one speaker in particular. His name was Arthur. He and I have not met in person ever. And he and I have kind of ran in the same speaker circles for about 2 or 3 years. I finally had a chance to meet Arthur in person in Omaha. I will tell you this, it felt like I knew that guy, and I've known that guy for years. He and I hit it off immediately. There was countless other interactions that I've had. Arthur's just one that pops into my brain where literally, he and I hit it off. Listen, folks, I promise you, the folks that come in here, that comment, that engage consistently, listen, it works. I promise you, if I met any of y'all in person, I would give y'all a big hug. I'm a big hugger. If you're not a big hugger, just tell me, let me know. But I'm telling you, it works. So please continue to engage, to comment, to like, etc. Because I will tell you this, it works, right? Another thing that I will tell you this too, listen, networking is supposed to be a very, very simple conversation, right? Hey, hey, Vincent, like, it's nice to meet you. What do you do? I'm a recruiter. Great. What do you do? I'm a recruiter as well. Great. Let's stay in touch. How do I get connected with you? Get in their LinkedIn, move on. That's it. I can't tell you how many conversations I had like that, where I just went up to somebody and goes, hey, so-and-so, it's nice to meet you. That's an awkward handshake. Hey, so-and-so, it's nice to meet you. What do you do? That's great. Can I have your LinkedIn? Sure. It was nice to meet you. I'll see you around the conference. And I moved on. That was it. So again, it doesn't have to be this hard thing. But the thing is, again, I'm going to stress this. Get the people in your ecosystem. Get them on the LinkedIn. Get them on the Instagram. Get them on the Twitter. Whatever your platform of choice is. What the word track I used when I was networking the last few days was, hey, what is your platform of choice? Where are you the most active? Right? Because I want to go to the platform where those folks are the most active so I can stay engaged with them. Again, I will tell you this, business cards. A guy gave me his business card. What did I do? I found his name on LinkedIn and I threw away his business card. Sir, if you're watching this and you gave me your business card over the last few days, I apologize, but I did connect with you, right? Listen, business cards in my mind are a thing of the past, right? Are a thing of the past. Get people on your social platform. Get them on there, right? Hey, I don't really use Instagram or LinkedIn. Okay. Email, what's your email, right? Listen, like, at the end of the day, I know so many times in my past that I have not gotten them into my ecosystem. I can't imagine the amount of relationships I missed out on just because I waited for their business card, or I waited to connect with them like after the conference. And then like, it was a disaster because I like had all these business cards and then I didn't have time and then I threw them away and it was just a disaster, right? So again, get people in their ecosystem immediately. Again, the big hack with LinkedIn on your mobile device, if you open up your mobile phone with LinkedIn, in the search bar, at the top right of the search bar, there's a QR code icon. Click on the QR icon. It pops up on your screen. Save that as the background and literally just go around the conference going like this. Like, hey, connect with me. Take a picture, right? Yeah, Sean, there you go. Sean, my man. Great minds, right? Create a QR code, put on the back of your cell phone case. Yeah. Again, these things are incredibly paramount. Listen, conference season is ramped up from like April until like November. It is going to be a sprint, right? So if you plan on going to a conference, these things are very practical. I'm going to do more of these, especially like leading up to Render, which is a really big one coming up. So again, these are very, very practical things. I want to get to a few comments here as well. Great. That's awesome. Nice to have you here. Let's see here. Eugene, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, go to conferences, talk to hiring managers that need 20 devs. That literally happened, right? John, thank you for jogging my memory. You never know who you're going to meet. And that's why you always need to be kind and always need to talk to people. There was this gentleman in the elevator, and this gentleman, he looked like he was in tech, right? You just know. We just know. Let's just be honest. We know. And I looked at him, I was like, hey, man, like, are you here for React Miami? He goes, actually, I am. I said, that's awesome. I was like, what do you do? He goes, I'm a director of engineering. I go, no way. He goes, yeah. He goes, what do you do? I said, I'm a recruiter. He said, that's awesome. You know what? Here's the deal, y'all. Recruiters, going back to recruiters. He did not say like, well, what do you do? How long you been doing it? All this stuff. You know what he did? You know what he immediately did? He goes, you know what? I need a handful of engineers. Can you help me? The fact that I was there at the conference immediately broke down those barriers where he didn't have to screen me. He was like, you know what? This recruiter's here. He cares. I'm going to use him. Boom, done. And we have a call this afternoon for a few React developers, right? So again, be engaged. Talk to everybody. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Randall, I will get John Bannister on the show. John and I are dear friends, so I will let him know that. My daughter is starting to get bored from breakfast, so we're going to wrap this up. Yes, it's called, Michelle, it's called Underground JS. Underground JS. Yeah, Clark says it best here. It starts online. It cements of a person. I'm telling you, engage with people online. It works. I promise. Let's see here. Katie comes in here. I've made some wonderful friends through networking. That what started awkward. Yeah, again, totally understand. Like it could start as an awkward coffee chat, 100%. Let's see here. I've met some extremely awesome people through LinkedIn. Yes, again, right? Again, putting yourself out there, engaging, commenting, it works. I promise you. Let's see here. Yes, Chicago. I love it. Braden, Chicago. Let's see here. Yeah, LinkedIn QR code is the best, 100%. Let's see here. Melina, it's great to see you. Same for online. Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all. So that's it for today. Daughter's getting a little angry eating breakfast. So I just want to come to you. First off, I missed you all after being out for a week. But again, tomorrow, Unicorn Finders, we actually have our first CPG brand. Where we are actually uncovering, we're actually talking to a company called Jinx Drinks, where they actually sell alcoholic beverages in like Capri Sun packs to not only be able to keep track of how much you're drinking, but also to make sure that you are safe in a public setting where you are drinking, where you do not get drugged. So we're talking to them tomorrow. It's gonna be a great conversation, Jinx Drinks. And then Friday, really excited about Friday. We're Recruiters Anonymous live on Friday. I am talking with the lead Volvo recruiter. So if y'all remember, I had some Volvo hiring managers on the show a month back. I'm talking with the recruiter that was responsible for hiring 300 plus engineers in a year. So I'm really excited about that. Hiring managers, leaders in organizations. You don't want to miss Recruiters Anonymous on Friday. There's going to be a lot of good bits of information. Y'all have a great one. I missed you. I'm so glad we're back to regular scheduled programming. We'll see y'all tomorrow on Unicorn Finders. Peace.